Whatever your frustration is, that pain that you're feeling on the inside, that is your awakening, your conviction that God is giving you to say, yo, you, I know you don't like this, so I'm charging you, to lead it. That's it. What's going on today, everybody? What's up, man? This is your boy, Jeremy of Black People East. I am excited. I thought about doing something creative, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be sharing what we learned in Clubhouse and putting some video to it, just in case you missed the room and you want to go back to some things. Now, this is going to be not just some of the things that I've talked about, but just me and all of the other speakers. So this is whatever I wrote down, that I feel like is a good app or good information or good topics is gonna be just what I talk about. So I got my laptop here, I got my notes. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes so I can just articulate them to you. So one of the things that, the first thing that, and I think for me, this was the main takeaway. And after this, so we're gonna do this for every room, and then we're gonna be more topics to rooms. So I'll be able to even do more different things for you guys. So this is gonna be the first one. I'm excited. If you like the video, hit the like button, thumbs up, all that fun things. Subscribe to our YouTube because we'll be doing this a lot. So one of the first things that I wrote down here was be consistent with your content. Treat your content like dating. Pick a day and a time and stick to it. So a lot of us know, right? Everybody, we all been on dates, and we understand that we need to be consistent in what we do. Now, we understand that being consistent could mean every day, once a week, once a month, every 2 weeks, whatever your consistency looks like, which is defined by you, you pick it and you stick to it. Oftentimes, we wow people one time and then don't show up again for another few days or a few weeks. We don't want to be that person. We want to be somebody who consistently dates effectively every time that shows up, every time that shows up, every night. So that was one of the main takeaways, really, because I don't think a lot of people really wanted a lot of people asked about consistency. So ask yourself this: are you being consistent to yourself, the day and time that you set? If not, pause this video right now and write out, I will be consistent. I promise to be consistent. And I promise that I'm dedicating myself to be consistent. And write the day and the time you're going to be consistent, and call somebody to help you hold yourself accountable. Now, the next thing was don't be afraid to pivot and shift. But when you shift, be intentional. So one of the things that I remember we was talking about is a lot of times we are ready for that turn, right? We got a social media, we got an Instagram, we got a YouTube, we got a business, and we feel like we ready to make that shift. We ready to make that pivot, but we just make the pivot. Be strategic and intentional when we move forward. Don't just move forward with blind faith. Add some strategies to your actions. Because remember, one of my mentors always tell me, success is strategic. So you must implement your strategies. And if you're struggling with being afraid to pivot and shift, get around somebody you know that understands strategies. Because if not, then it's going to be very, very hard, man. And then I really like this one. You find your passion by finding the pain point. My mentor always tell me frustration is the mother of all invention. When I started Black People East, it's because I was like, man, I'm frustrated. Why they don't support Black restaurants? Oh, I'm frustrated. Why don't they do this in the fashion industry? Oh, I'm frustrated. Why don't they do this in the healthcare industry? Whatever your frustration is, that pain that you're feeling on the inside, that is your awakening, your conviction that God is giving you to say, yo, you, I know you don't like this, so I'm charging you, to lead it. That's it. When you pain about something, that's not your job to gossip about it, talk about it, but it's your job to change it. So remember that. It's your job to change what you feel convicted for. If you feel convicted about a certain industry, it's your time to change it, okay? That was, man, like, I really like that one. Another thing, one of the gentlemen one of the gentlemen on the board said, read a book called Traction by Gino Rickman, because he was really talking about a lot about strategies and things like that. Now, this one, I do remember who said this. This one was done by Matty J. Shout out to Matty J on ClubHouse. This man said, issues, say it real slow, issues is you. Issues is you. And he was talking about a lot of the issues that we see and what we're trying to plan out is ourselves. So remember this, when you're saying you having issues, it's you. Remember that. I really like, oh man, that's good. Then we start to talk about a little bit about teams. Because now we're talking about how to build a successful YouTube, Instagram. Everybody just giving different strategies. And then we talk about teams fail because they do not know the data. Now I'm going to do a whole separate video on data because I was in this room, with this guy named Lewis. Woo-wee. You talking about good, this man dropped data knowledge. But teams fail because they don't know the data. I'll just give you a brief snippet. If you don't understand your data, your numbers, then you're not making the right decisions. And I want you to remember this. Your data makes your decisions, not your emotions. So when I'm working with a restaurant and the restaurant trying to tell me, well, the catfish is good, but you only sell 2 catfishes a week, the data is saying get rid of it, but your emotions saying keep it. And if you allow your decisions to be led by your emotions, you'll go down the wrong path. So that's why it's important to be led by your decisions and not your emotions. So we talked about, and that's the reason why a lot of teams fail, because you have something going good, but you not understand the metrics and the numbers, and that's why we are not breaking the mold. We got to know the numbers to grow. We got to know the numbers to grow. And that's what it is. And those were my main takeaways. So I want you to pause the video and write down this. When are you going to be consistent? How often are you going to be consistent? And who's going to hold you accountable to being consistent? Okay? And then 2, ask yourself this question. Am I being intentional about me building my brand, my business? Am I being intentional? And if not, what steps are you going to take to be intentional? Okay? Step 3, if you out there and watching this and you're an emerging entrepreneur, are you discovering your business through your pain points? What is it that's frustrating you? Whatever it is, you lead with that, and that's going to help you with your business. And the last one, do you know the data? Are you looking at the numbers? Understand the numbers. Oh, I'm sorry, and one more. Outside of don't being afraid to make your shift, issues, it's you. Point the finger at yourself. Do it right now. Point both of your fingers at yourself and say, what do I need to fix? What do I need to change? What do I need to do in order to make a shift? If you can do that, you can truly see yourself be transformed. And because sometimes we don't point the finger at ourselves. Sometimes we don't point the finger at ourselves. We try to do this. But the moment we do this and look at ourselves, that's how we truly change. So I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this first video. Remember again, if you liked the video, thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that fun stuff. I'm going to do a recap of all the rooms that I host. It was how to build a successful Instagram, YouTube, but technically it's how to build a successful social media, successful brand. And the next topic we're doing is image and story. It's going to be fun. We're going to be talking about and breaking down, how to bring your true self to your brand and then tell your story authentically. Those are some of the things we're going to be talking about. And once we do that, it's going to be a shift. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video.